Oh, ah, oh, Jesus. You just caught me on the toilet there. Bit of a rough night last night. Bit of a rough night. But how are we doing? It's day 3 of Breaking Bands Festival. How are you all surviving so far? It's been great, hasn't it? What can we say? We got some cracking stuff coming up today, again, as always. We're kicking off with an interview with the one and only bass monster that is Becky Baldwin from I Destroy and Hands Off Gretal. I Destroy did play for us back in, what year was it? 20, I can't remember. 17, I think it was. Well, Becky couldn't actually make it herself, so maybe we'll find out why. Plus, she'll be taking part in the Battle of the Bands quiz. After Becky, we've got Dan from Mordecai. The band took a hiatus, or went on hiatus in 2016, but just recently Dan played a lockdown gig trying to raise money to buy essential PPE for the NHS. So good man Dan, and Dan will be playing some Mordecai songs for us. You have seen Dan, he opened up the whole festival on Friday with Kane, but he'll be back playing some Mordecai songs for us, so looking forward to that. Last up in this session is Stand Amongst Giants. Ben Boswell, who'll be playing electric guitar over some of the band's backing tracks. So that should be, you know, like a close-up guitar session maestro thingy, talking us through what he's doing possibly. Who can tell? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be rocking. We know that. Hang around, and I will be back again at about 3 o'clock-ish. I will see you then. Keep rocking, everybody. Has anybody seen the loo roll? Loo roll? Anybody got any loo roll? Oh, bugger.
Okay, it's Mooker J here once again for Breaking Bands Virtual Festival Weekend, and I'm joined by the delightful Becky Baldwin. And usually at this point, I introduce them with their band, but Becky's sort of in quite a lot of bands, and it's hard to keep up. So, Becky, hello, and tell us which bands you're in currently.
Okay, I've cut it back. I'm just in 2 bands now, so it's made it a bit easier. I'm in Fury and Hands Off Gretal. That's all you got to remember.
I forgot you'd gone into Hands Off Gretel. I totally forgot about that one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I really, really like that, but I totally forgot you'd gone into that band. So in the past, Triaxis, I think that's the first time I ever met you, was Triaxis. What a great band that was. Are they no more?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's it for them. I ended up being the last recording band member, and I had to, I don't know, I was kind of asked to carry the torch forward and keep going, but I thought that there's too many members of like classic lineup that had left, and yeah, so we kind of pulled it a day there.
Good band that was. They went for quite a few years. I love watching them. I Destroy. I can't think, you were in another band before I Destroy as well.
Control the Storm.
Yes, Control the Storm. Another band that I've seen live. I Destroy. I think I must be a stalker for the bands that you've been in before you were in the bands. Control the Storm, I Destroy. Who else have you been with?
There's band Dorja, the kind of international rock band.
I don't know that one.
And well, that's everyone that I've released albums with, I think. So it would have just been those.
It's hard to keep up, isn't it? So you're a music teacher as well. I think you play bass. You teach bass for as your job. Is that correct? Do you still do that?
Yes. Yeah. I have a music school that I run with a couple of my friends called Bristol Rock Centre, and so I teach bass from there, and a couple of students online as well.
So it's quite easy to say bass is definitely yours.
Yeah, that's kind of all I do. I don't have any other interests or interesting just things about me.
Oh, you do. You have plenty. You're probably the we've always said, because obviously most people will know that you and Luke Appleton are together now, and you're sporting his T-shirt there, I see.
Oh yeah, I am.
Iced Earth.
Yeah.
And you're like the David Beckham and Miss Spice Girl, aren't you, of the underground scene? Posh and Becks, that's it. The Posh and Becks of the underground, aren't you? Oh,
some people have said that. I like that.
Luke and Becks. Luke and Becks. You see, it works. Posh and
Yeah,
Becks,
that's
Luke
cool.
and Beck. Yeah. Which is great to see. It was lovely to see when you guys got together. I think it was sort of inevitable. It was glowing. That was something coming, and that was really nice to see. And it's good to see how many people embraced your relationship and were like really excited that you two got together. That was quite nice for the community itself, don't you think?
Yeah, that was really sweet. That I don't know. Some of them said they could see it coming and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, I didn't know.
You were the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a Facebook group. How long before Becky realises? No, we didn't. We didn't. Yeah. So how was everything before lockdown and turning into lockdown? How has described that for both your bands and you personally?
Well, things were really good before the lockdown. So Hands Off Gretal had just released a new EP, and we were kind of starting to tour with that EP. And Fury had just released some singles from our new album, and we were about to release that album. Oh. And but for both bands, it was going to be the start of the tours. For some reason, they ended up releasing around the same time, and the tours ended up like basically overlapping. And it's a bit, it's going to be a very chaotic time of the year. And then suddenly I went from like gigging almost every single day of the month of April to absolutely nothing going on. And I don't know, just kind of looking at these upcoming events and people asking, oh, what's going to happen? And just having no idea what to say and trying to move every gig to a time of the year that we think might be safe again. And really, at first it seemed like, okay, maybe push it back a couple of months. And now it just, we did that for like the Fury launch, we moved that to July, but now it's still looking like, we might have to move that again. So it's been really difficult because it's just the worst time ever to be releasing new music and wanting to recoup the costs of recording with a tour. And we had such a great tour planned, so losing all of that and trying to switch over to online, trying to create that engagement and that excitement online was a bit of a shock. And it wasn't what we wanted to do, but we just kind of had to do what we could, really.
Yeah, I mean, I've spoke to loads and loads of bands over the last few days, and some have gone, well, we don't have a drum kit at home and a studio and a mixing desk. It's all in our garage. We can't get to it, and so some bands have just gone, well, we can't do anything, and then other bands have gone, we've got this and we can do this, and it's been really, really interesting to see how people have adapted. And you've gone online, Luke's gone online, and I suppose you're sort of following in Chris's footsteps, because Chris Appleton has been doing this for a long time with online. He engages online way before lockdown, and does these whole sessions. So I suppose maybe that's helped you guys do that. But how as a band, have you done it as a band, discussed it together, or have you just done your own things?
Not really. I mean, because we all live quite far away, I'm down in Bristol and the rest of Fury are in Birmingham. The rest of Hands Off Gretal are in like Barnsley, Sheffield kind of area. So, it's always quite a commute to go there. And, we're not even really meant to be traveling that far for work if we don't have to. So in terms of getting together to do some kind of stream, it doesn't really seem possible at the moment. But we've had like members, like actually this week we've been trying to get each member of Fury to do their own stream. So I did one on Thursday and just played along with my bass to some Fury songs. It's just all I could really do. And then our drummer Tommy's doing a live quiz on Sunday. I'm guessing this is last week now, so I'm doing this. But we tried to do a thing. Yeah, where we did, each member did their own live stream, and it's not perfect. It'd be great if we had like the proper equipment to proper microphone mixing desks and great cameras. But the thing is, like, to do like an okay live stream, all you need is a phone with an okay camera. A lot of people are just happy to see if it's their, like, a band they really enjoy. They just want to see what's going on, and it's quite cool to give them that extra personal touch to it that you can see inside their house, and
Yeah.
you can have a chat about what you're up to. It's something you never get, the experience you never get from a gig. And for us, we only really gig in the UK, so the fans we do have in America and Sweden and stuff have actually been able to engage with us so much more and get more connected to us, which would not have happened if the lockdown didn't happen. So there's some small benefits, but we'd definitely rather be on tour at the moment.
Oh yeah, of course. So I spoke to Barry from Massive Wagons, and they had so many things that, I mean, they got to a certain level, and Barry said last week, they're not the most technical guys, they're live gig guys, and they're doing this, and they're saying you've just got to adapt and try something new. And he said one of the things he said was, this is like, we're all on a level playing field now, musicians. It don't matter how big you are as a musician, if you don't have a studio in your shed, you're on the same level as Becky in Bristol, and somebody else over there. So I suppose it's given you all a new design on what to do when you come out of lockdown. And will that mean that, hey, let's start looking at what we can do at home more often? And Massive Wagons, for instance, have just launched Wagons World, and they're going to actually start doing this as a regular thing. Even when they come out of it, they're going to start doing regular live gigs online. So is it, have you started talking about things like that with the band now to adapt for the new future?
I think that probably will come soon. I think when we get to the point where we're allowed to meet at each other's houses, and we can maybe get in a room together, because there's going to be some time in between. Maybe bars do open in July, but in terms of getting like 100 people into a room for a gig, that's still probably not going to happen. So yeah, I guess there's going to be some time in between where we can get together as like the four of us, but we probably can't do a gig. But we could like hire a venue and set up cameras and do some kind of live thing. To do that, you'd probably take more money and a lot of effort, but yeah, I think it's definitely something we should be looking more into, because as I said before, there's so many people that you reach online who would never normally see you otherwise, that if you can deliver some more stuff to them, they'll you can still post them CDs. Like, it still means a return on what you're doing. So just doing more for them, and for the people who just aren't ready to go out yet because they're more concerned about the lockdown or whatever. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. It's good that musicians are adapting to it.
It is. We've had some videos from some of the bands, and I don't understand how they've managed to do this kind of amazing home technology. We've had bands that have sent us lockdown videos that they've made just for the Breaking Bands Festival. They've all filmed in their own house, and they've made a new song, and they've put a video together from their houses, and it's like, this is fantastic, and from their man caves and things like that. It's just like, but how is it affecting your business? Because obviously your living is your teaching, so your other living is your teaching. How is that affecting music schools?
Well, I mean, some schools are kind of adapting over to the Skype lessons and stuff. So a couple of my students have done that. But the majority, a lot of people who are learning don't have all the technology they need to do it. Like, they're not really familiar with Skype, or they just don't really want to do it. They prefer that one-to-one thing. Like, I find it really hard teaching on Skype. Like, not being able to really play along together because of all the latency and stuff that's happening. You can't just explain it to them like, okay, yeah, play it like this, and then point them to the note and be like, go there at this time, and just like kind of singing it to them and just trying to do everything to make them get it. But you can't do that over the phone, like over the camera, really. So yeah, I'm finding it really difficult. So I've more adapted to trying to make lesson videos rather than an interactive like lesson where it's just one-on-one. It would be a lesson like, this is how you do it. I'm just going to explain it, and then you watch the video afterwards. So I've been kind of, I've set up a Patreon account and you know, I've got a bass player tier where bass players can subscribe to get all of the lessons that I upload. So yeah, I'm making more like video lessons that way, and just hoping that people will sign up and download them and download the PDFs and stuff like this. So I mean, it's something I wanted to do eventually anyway. I wanted to move more towards making lesson content in terms of videos rather than teaching everyone one-to-one, because you can just cover more bases, like reach more people that way. But I never really had time, and now suddenly I have loads of time to do that. So yeah, I don't have the technology quite yet up to scratch, but I have a lot of time to mess around with it and learn what not to do, basically. So that's kind of where I'm at.
I suppose that's got to be the way for musicians. You know, I can't play a musical instrument at all. I can drink, I can talk, and I can build a website, but I can't do what you guys do. I can't imagine. You know, for me, it's great. I can work from home. I work from home anyway. I build websites, but I also have a bar just about a mile away over there, over the bay, and I can't go to my bar and open. So you know, you know, but there's nothing I can do on that. So we just have to learn to adapt, and like yourselves are doing. Difficult, but obviously, are you planning bookings for next year? Have you started going, shall we go to next year, or are you sticking with this year?
Yeah. We've I don't know, we're just kind of doing what we can with the information that we have. So we rescheduled a lot of this year's touring for the Fury tour. We were going to do a tour with Dekesis, like a joint headline tour, because they also released their third album within like a week of us releasing ours. So that was very convenient. We were like, oh, we're gonna have a great time touring together, because we've done loads of shows together already. So we were gonna move it because of how chock-a-block the whole year was, and we didn't really know what was going on. We moved it a whole year to next April. So basically it's gonna be like the one, yeah, it was gonna be like the 1 year birthday of the albums. And that has worked out really well, because we're starting to look at the dates that we booked in for like September and October, and starting to think, okay. I mean, I still hope that those are going to happen, but it's a bit more risky. We don't know what kind of precautions are going to be in place for people going, if it's going to be like limited capacity or something like that. So yeah, we're looking at next year. But of course, there's a lot of like bands trying to grab up all the gigs they can for later this year and into next year, and a lot of festivals are going to be cancelled postponed this year and have the same lineups next year. So basically all the festivals that we didn't get on this year, we're probably not going to get on next year either. There's like no chance at all.
You know, that's a point that I made to a couple of people I've chatted to in the last few days. That I spoke to Matt from Valus. You'll know Matt. And they literally had their comeback gig in February in Birmingham at H Metal, and that was their first gig in a year with their new drummer, and it was their last gig, and they'd been out of it for a year. And I said to him, you know, so you're starting to plan for next year, and well, all of next year's festivals are full because they're this year's festival lineups. And he said, yeah, actually, I've got to start planning for 2022. And it's like, yeah, this is actually going to have a knock-on effect for so much further ahead that people probably aren't even thinking that far yet. It's quite
I'm really worried.
bad, isn't it?
The festivals for Fury this year were a little bit light, I think, probably because the time that we did release the new stuff was maybe a bit too late for a lot of the festivals to book in. And so I was like, okay, but yeah, 2021, we're going to get some great festivals. Like, I've got a good feeling about this. And then, nope, it's not happening. So I don't know. There could always be, there's probably going to be bands that like pull out. There's going to be a little change in the lineup. But we just got to keep pushing through and just try and endure it. Because I can imagine this problem for a lot of bands is going to be what kind of ends them, going to bring them to like slowly to a halt, really. Because I don't know, I thought that Brexit was going to be the thing that messed up the gigging economy for like UK musicians, and then this comes in just like, oh my god, this is so much worse. Like, we can't even gig in our own countries and make any money from it. So yeah, it's good that we're learning to adapt to online stuff, because it could be like this for a long time.
Yeah, I can still see this going on 12 months' time, that bands are still going to be doing online gigs and they're going to charge to watch online. And I think that is going to be the future for a good 12, 18 months. I can't see
Yeah.
it going any other way. Breaking bands for next year, there's already a thought in our mind that it might not happen. We're
Yeah.
already thinking. I was in an interview with a press company, media company, a couple of days ago, and they said, so what's your plans for next year if there's still issues going on? And I said, well, I think we're all going to be a bit fucked. If we have to shut down
Maybe
next year,
taking the
then what?
same.
Yeah, we're trying to do the same lineup. There is a few bands that have already said, look, it was part of a tour. We can't guarantee that we can tour next year because, we're in Australia or we're in Germany, we're here. I don't think we'll do it. Or the band's collapsed. We've already had one band. I've not announced it, so I won't say, but we've already had one band that won't be playing next year because they're not going to be together. And we've got one band that's in a country and they're saying, well, we don't even know if we can tour. So they'd rather not put their names on there now if they can't make it. So yeah, we're already looking at 2022, and what's the fallback of 2021?
Yeah. If next year's got to be online as well, do you just do the same bands doing it online?
And then we've got to think even further outside the box. I mean, we're going to be thinking outside the world by that point. Although I think we'll all go insane before that happens.
Yeah,
So,
I think there's got to be gigs.
I don't think we have to worry. I think everybody will have gone completely insane, and the zombies will have taken over.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I look forward to that.
Have you got your gun? Oh, Luke will shoot them all with his PS4 pad, won't he?
Yeah.
So, fine. Right. Thank you very much for the whole chat and the conversation. I didn't realise, even though you've been to Breaking Bands, apparently you've not actually performed at Breaking Bands, which really surprises me.
No, I don't think I have. Yeah, I've been there. I think, I can't remember which year, maybe 2017. The year you had Reign of Fury headlining. But no, every other year it's clashed with something else that I've been going to. And even though I was in I Destroy when they played that year, my cousin was getting married, so I had to get a dip because they really wanted to play Breaking Bands, and I was already away. So yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, I haven't actually played Breaking Bands, which is a shame because I feel like I've watched it from the very start grow and been like, oh, it's a cool festival. But no, not actually played it.
I remember, I can't remember her name, the singer for I Destroy. She was so nervous before she went on stage. I can't remember. I think they were really in their infancy at the time. I can't remember. But she was so nervous just before she went on stage. And she went on stage and went, that's not the person I've just been talking to backstage. She was brilliant.
Yeah.
Just amazing. So yeah, it's good to see that nervousness behind the stage, and then they go on the stage and just completely blow your minds. It's two different people.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, she used to get very nervous, and I guess because maybe that might have been one of the first gigs that we'd had to rely on a depth for, so it's a bit like, is how different is this going to feel? But yeah, she's one of those people that just once she does step on the stage, she's just like, okay, this is my persona now. I just don't think about that nervousness anymore. It's cool.
I think you've got the experience. You've been doing this professionally for at least 10 years. I think Triaxis I probably saw in 2012, 2011 maybe. They've been around a long time, so.
Yeah, I joined them in 2015, so 14.
Yeah, it was a bit earlier than that. Yeah.
So yeah, they were going for maybe 5 years before that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Maybe 7.
I've probably got the original tracks through TBFM. I think I've probably still got their original tracks and everything. I'll have to dig that out later. Right then, are you ready for this? You said you've been practicing quizzes quite a lot, or you've been playing quizzes quite a lot. So you're the queen of quiz.
That's what I was thinking when I messaged you saying I'd like to do it, but in the last couple of hours I felt a lot more nervous, and I wish I'd got Julian to do it instead.
Right, have you got your drink ready?
Yep.
Sainsbury's Best, I see. Right, so it's general knowledge, music questions. 1 point for each question for the first 19 questions. The last question is vaguely to do with you.
Okay.
But we'll get to that at the end. If you don't know an answer, just try and guess because we won't come back to it. But there's no time limit, so don't worry about that. And no question's a dumb question because we've had some bad results on this, so don't worry. You'll do brilliant.
Okay.
As long as you get at least 2 right, you're doing brilliant, okay? That's all you got to do.
Okay. Okay.
Right then, starting off, what is Elvis Presley's middle name?
Oh, I feel like it's something like a lady's name. Is it a kind of feminine name? Can you give me clues?
I can't. Elvis Presley was my dad's favoritist ever, so I can't talk about Elvis and say feminine.
Well, I don't know. Okay, no.
Dodgy spelling of his middle name.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, I wouldn't know how to. The first time I couldn't learn how to spell the name when I was a kid. That's not going to help you at all because I was crap at spelling.
I'm just going to say Alan.
And you didn't know me when I was a kid. It's Aaron, or
Aaron.
as my dad said, it was Aaron. He said it was Aaron, and I couldn't spell Aaron, but it was actually Aaron.
Oh, God,
so you say AARON, but he always said Aaron is how you pronounce it. So it's not an easy one. Who is the singer of the Counting Crows?
I don't know.
Straightforward. Adam Duritz. But if you don't know the Counting Crows, it doesn't matter. Right, we'll get you now on the next one. Who is known as the Queen of Soul?
Aretha Franklin.
Yes, there you go. You're on the board. You're halfway to not being the worst player. What is the lowest male vocal range?
What singer or a note?
Yeah, the vocal range. What the range is called. I can't say more than that because that's how I've written the question. I mean, it could be female, but it's male.
Like bass? Is that what it's called?
Correct. Absolutely spot on. And only bass players have got that.
Oh, really?
I've asked 8 singers, and I asked 8 singers, and 8 singers got it wrong, and 1 bass player got it right. So you're the second bass player to get it right. So.
All right.
Maybe I asked the question wrong. I don't know. Which famous group were once known as the Quarrymen?
I don't know. I'm going to go for Thin Lizzy.
The Beatles.
Oh, really? Ooh, okay.
Yeah. What's the name of the AC/DC singer that died in 1980?
Bon Scott.
Correct. I throw in a couple of easy ones. Don't be shocked.
I don't want to get like the really easy ones wrong. Like I don't want to.
It'll happen.
I have done this like live on a radio show before that like something I knew the answer to, and then I just answered.
And as soon as they tell you,
different.
You know it. Yeah.
Like I knew it. That's the stupidest thing.
What is the name of the Irish singer who has won the Eurovision Song Contest twice?
Irish singer.
Are you a Eurovision fan?
I love Eurovision actually,
really?
but I do. But I haven't watched it in years. It always lands on a heavy gigging weekend, so it's been a long time. Who's Irish?
Well, this was 1980 and 1987, so it was a long time ago.
Oh, okay. So I wasn't gigging then.
No, you weren't gigging then. But you probably weren't even born, so it don't matter.
No. So they won for Ireland?
Yeah.
Or they were just an Irish singer representing?
I don't know. It just says, what was the name of the Irish singer who won Eurovision Song Contest twice? That's the question. I imagine he's Irish.
Rory did compete for Ireland. I don't know. Sometimes they change it up.
That's true.
I can't. No, I cannot.
No, and you probably won't when I tell you. It's Johnny Logan.
Oh.
No.
That is.
That's straight over. It's fine.
I'm not a very good Eurovision fan.
No.
I'm going to look up his songs though, because I'm sure I'm going to love it.
Sorry?
I'm going to look up his songs, his entries.
I've only had one person get that question right. That was because we're doing two separate quizzes. We're doing the Battle of the Bands quiz, so we're asking all the bands the same questions, but we're also doing it with the stage crew, and they're doing their own version. And one of the stage crew got it right earlier, but he's from Ireland, so he got it straight away.
Yeah.
Which was good. I think he did anyway. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Okay. Who was famously known as the frontman for the Prodigy?
Oh, someone was talking about him today on my newsfeed. Oh, okay. Does his name begin with a V?
Not a V, no.
No, I can't remember his name. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're gonna kick yourself, Keith Flint.
Flint.
Almost a V, isn't it? It's almost a V.
Yeah.
Okay, then drummers. Let's see if you can do the drummer question. Who is the drummer of Metallica?
Lars Ulrich.
There we go. At least I didn't ask you to spell that one.
I can spell it.
I wouldn't. Okay, question 10. Which group had a hit with the Macarena?
Oh.
And if you don't know the answer, you get the point if you can do the full dance.
Can I?
Would you really want to do it? I mean, most people have refused it. If they don't know the answer, they just say, no, I don't want the point.
I know it, but I don't know who did the song, so I really want a point.
Okay,
so
go on then. Let's see you do it. You've just got to do the basic actions.
Oh, okay, right, okay. Do this. Okay.
There we go. Yeah. Perfect. It was Los Del Rio, and you get the point for that.
What's the band name again?
Los Del Rio.
Oh.
It was the two old guys in the. I think they were in suits, weren't they? And they had cheesy dancer type things. So at least you didn't say Las Ketchup. Somebody said Las Ketchup.
Know the dance moves to that as well.
Yeah, he said, well, I know the dance moves. And, no, you've got to do the Macarena one. No, I can't now.
I can't believe no one else wanted to do the Macarena.
We've had a couple of dancers doing the Macarena. I think I got a fuck off from Barry from Massive Wagons. I think he literally just said, no, I ain't doing it. Stick your point. But a couple of them did it drunk. So, yeah, it's going to be worth the watch. Which pop singer won the most Grammy Awards in the 80s?
Okay. Michael Jackson?
Correct.
Yes.
Was your second choice Madonna?
Probably would be, yeah.
It's always been a swing up of Madonna, and when I tested this quiz on myself, I did shit, but I went with Madonna over Michael Jackson.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I just thought she must have won more, but 70s question. Which British pop group had a hit called Angel Eyes in the 70s?
ABBA.
Oh, no. But good answer.
What?
It wasn't. It was Roxy Music.
Really? But when did ABBA release their song Angel Eyes?
Did they? They didn't do one called Angel Eyes, did they?
They have a song called Angel Eyes. 100%.
I'm going to have to wiki that one while we're carrying on. Right, I'll ask you the next question and I'll wiki
it might have been in the 80s though. It might have been like, I might still be wrong. But if it was in the 70s, that song, I think you should give me a point.
Well, you will have been the first person to say that. ABBA, Angel Eyes.
Look it up. I'll send you a link later.
I'm reading it now. Well, there you go. You're having a point for that. Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Keep thinking.
What year was it?
They did. Angel Eyes, but it was Angel Eyes one word, not Angel Eyes two words. 1979. You're having a point for that.
Saying it was one word.
Wow.
All right.
The answer was actually Roxy Music.
Right. Okay.
So let me just check
know that.
Roxy Music. Yeah, their version was definitely. So I should actually. Theirs was 1979.
Oh, well, one of them must have been more of a hit than the other, but I think I should still get a point.
I don't know I don't know the ABBA. I like the ABBA, but I don't know Angel Eyes. I'm gonna listen to the video afterwards. I don't know that
Yeah,
one.
I don't know. I mean, I like Roxy Music, but I don't know that one.
The lyrics are definitely different on both because I'm reading the lyrics and they're definitely different. So they're not. One's not a cover of the other. So there you go. You've just got the trick question right there, and I didn't even notice the trick. Nobody's questioned me on that at all.
Who came up with the questions? Did you?
I went on a few quiz websites and I did a couple of quizzes and then I stole the questions.
Oh, okay.
But I made sure I tested myself on each question. And I thought, oh, I like that question. I'll do that one. So yeah, you've got the point for that. Well done. Damn.
I said it with such confidence as you were saying it. You're like,
you did. You totally threw me with that. Okay then. Which pop singer married Debbie Rowe?
I don't know. I don't really know who that is.
No, it's a question I didn't want to put in because I accidentally put this question in because we've already had a question about this person. Michael Jackson.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Apparently she was the nurse or the nanny or some shite like that for a little while.
Oh, okay.
Which British singer had a hit in 2006 with Rehab?
With what?
Rehab.
Oh, Amy Winehouse.
Yes. No.
Oh, no.
Yes. What nationality was Mozart?
Was he German?
No, it's so close. Everyone says German or Austrian.
Austrian.
Yeah. Which country was Celine Dion born?
Canada?
Correct. You question yourself there. You weren't sure.
That was like a guess. It was just a feeling. Like I'd have no idea, but I thought of her face, and I just thought about Canada, and I don't know where that came from.
Maybe her face looks like a mountain in Canada.
Yeah, I think it's.
How many strings does a violin have?
4.
Correct. Which city was John Lennon killed?
I feel like it should be like common knowledge, but I kind of don't really know. No, I don't know.
You want to guess? A major city in the world.
In the world, okay.
Yeah, I
know. Los Angeles.
Oh, so close! You got the right country. It was New York.
New York. Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That kind of Now I think of New York. Yeah.
Okay, question 19, and then we're going on to the bonus question. So, question 19: which British rock band were famously known for pioneering the light show?
Pink Floyd.
Correct. Yes. Don't question yourself. Be confident. Like the ABBA question.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to apologise for the bonus question because I couldn't think of a particular band. I've asked sort of questions that are about covers and stuff like that with each band. It's a personalised question. But the one thing I know about you is you are a queen of bass. So I've put 2 bass questions together for you. So possibly, and according to Google, this is a 2-part question, both worth 2 points each. So this is really big. Possibly one of the most famous female bass players ever is the amazing and wonderful, talented Susie Quadro. Still going strong after her first hit in 47 years ago. Can you tell me what year she was born?
I'm going to say 1955.
You're in the right decade. She will be 70 in a couple of weeks' time. She was born in 1950. Incredible woman. Wow. 47 years. and she's still going now. Amazing.
Wow.
And the second half of the question, Gail Ann Dorsey, another amazing bass player in her own right, but well known for a time with which well-known artist for more than 20 years?
What's her name again? Gail?
Gail Ann Dorsey.
What kind of bass did she play?
She does her own videos on YouTube, and I tested this on a bass player earlier.
Yeah.
And I also tested it on my partner, who is a massive fan of the particular band, and they both got it right. So I thought I'll try that one. And like I say, I apologise. It doesn't say.
Okay.
Yeah. She's perhaps well known for her lengthy residency with this band from 1995 until he died in 2016. Does that help?
That's probably going to help. Who's died? Okay.
Yeah, but there was a lot of deaths in 2016.
Who died in that year? Didn't everyone die in that year? Wasn't that
I think that was the year Lemmy died, wasn't it? 16 or 15? Yeah, back then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a bit of help. She was also in Tears for Fears, Gang of Four, The, and when she played live with this, I can't tell you that bit because that would give you the answers. No, sorry. I'll stop there. I don't think you're gonna get this one, are you?
I'm gonna need many more clues, I think. Okay.
Well, hang on. She plays the Guild Traditional Series F50 acoustic guitar and the Music Man Stingray bass and the 1961 Fender Jazz something. I can't read the rest. Okay. It's not helping you, is it? It's not helping you at all.
That's quite a few bases. I don't know. I'm not thinking. I can't picture. Wait. Is it like? It's not like Talking Heads or something.
No.
I can't think. What's her name?
It's the David Bowie band.
Oh, really?
So when David Bowie played Under Pressure live, she was the vocalist doing Freddie Mercury's part.
Oh, really?
You need to check. She's got a full video series on YouTube, The Bass Tone Secrets of Gail Ann Dorsey. You'll have to check that out. She does a lot of bass stuff on YouTube. So
cool.
I imagined, and again, that was just from a bass player point of view and me being a bit lazy, that you might know who she was, but it was a tough one, I think, to finish on.
Yeah.
But that's because you change bands so often. Well, not change bands. You join bands so often. I never know what sort of question to ask you. I could have asked you, I don't know. I should have asked you a Triaxis question.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
But
I was so good you can get the bass player ones.
You got 11. You got 11 points. Which doesn't put you last. It puts you level with Barry for Massive Wagons. So there is a tiebreaker question because I don't want anyone to finish at the same score as anybody else. So there's a tiebreaker question to finish, and it's a complete and utter guess. But I will give you bonus points if you get it bang on because I don't expect anybody to. So the tiebreaker question is, in dollars and to the nearest million, rounded to the nearest million, how much money was raised at Wembley during the Live Aid concert in 1985? How old were you back then, eh?
4. To the nearest million in dollars.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many millions of dollars in 1985 was raised at possibly still one of the biggest concerts we've ever seen?
I'm going to say 64 million.
Let me put that down, 64 million. If you doubled it, you would be only $1 million off. Oh, I sound like Chris Tarrant. That sounded like Chris Tarrant there. If you had told me No, it was 127 million.
Damn! Wow, that's great.
Which doesn't sound. It sounds way too much money for 35 years ago, compared to how much money we have today. That's an incredible amount of money. So yes, you got 11 out of 20. I can't tell you where you are in the quiz because we've still got a few more people to ask the questions to, and I don't know where you'll appear in the festival weekend with this video. So you could be first on or last on or somewhere in between. So as it stands, you're not last. You won't finish last. I can tell you that.
Okay, how at the moment, how many am I from last? Can you tell me that?
You're probably about mid-table. And we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're 9 bands in out of 16, and you're about mid-table. I expected everybody to get 10, and you got 11. So, well done.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
So, Becky, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck to everything that you're doing after lockdown. You're teaching school and everything you're doing online with that, and of course, hands off Gretal, and oh shit. Fury. I forgot. I totally forgot. And everything else that's going on. And we wish you all the best. Stay safe and give our best to Luke upstairs when he's finished playing Pokemon.
Yeah, Digimon, I think, this week.
Oh, Digimon, is it right? And cheers. Thank you for joining us on Breaking Bands Festival. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much. I look forward to tuning in to the weekend.
Brilliant. Thank you. Goodbye.